Chapter 2. The Stat System Unveiled. As the gentle morning sun streamed through the canopy of leaves, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor, Lennox took a moment to adjust to his new surroundings. His mind was still grappling with the bizarre notion that he had somehow been transported to a world teeming with magic, strange beasts, and an elusive upgrade system activated by sleep. He rubbed his temples, trying to shake off the remnants of uncertainty. This was no ordinary dream, nor was it merely an elaborate illusion spawned by his gaming habits. This was real too real. He stood up, brushing off the dirt from his clothes, and took stock of his surroundings. The forest felt alive, with vibrant hues of green and the occasional burst of color from blooming wildflowers. The air smelled fresh and earthy, tinged with a hint of something sweet. But even beauty couldn't distract him forever. He needed to understand the mechanics of this world, specifically the mysterious stat system that was meant to govern his progress. "Okay, time to figure this out," Lennox murmured, glancing around for any signs of civilization. The only companions were the birds flitting through the trees and a mischievous squirrel that eyed him curiously. He couldn't recall reading about a stat system in any of his games, but it was time to put his gaming knowledge to the test. He closed his eyes, recalled the moment of awakening, and tried to remember if he had noticed any ethereal interface or glowing text. To his surprise, several translucent menus flickered in his mind, as if he were subconsciously accessing a virtual console, a feature of his old gaming life. An image of a grid appeared before him, segmented into various attributes: strength, agility, intelligence, vitality, and luck. With a mental push, he focused on the section that displayed his current stats. Lennox level 1, strength 10, agility 10, intelligence 10, vitality 10, luck 10. Perfectly average, he muttered. He chuckled nervously to himself, thinking of the many times he had concocted his own character builds back home, only for them to be laser-focused on offensive capabilities or magical prowess. Here, however, he felt like he was back at ground zero. "What's it going to take for me to level up?" he pondered aloud. It was a question that carried an air of optimism, though he couldn't shake off the nagging doubt of being stuck with these baseline stats. Suddenly, the forest around him cracked with noise, the underbrush rustled, and Lennox's heart raced. He instinctively crouched low, remembering the countless tutorials he had ingested over the years about stealth approaches. A pair of eyes, glowing faintly gold, peered through the foliage ahead of him. They belonged to a small creature that resembled a fusion of a rabbit and a fox. Its fur shimmered in the sunlight, and a soft padding sound marked its curious movements. Lennox realized that this might be an opportunity. Perhaps he could gather some experience right here in this peaceful forest. Summoning courage, he stood to his full height and turned towards the creature. "Hey there, little guy. Do you, offer any quests?" The creature tilted its head as if pondering the question. Then it twitched its nose and turned to hop away. Disappointment washed over him, and he sighed, wondering what he would need to do. Just as he felt hopeless, he recalled the description of quests from his favorite MMORPGs. They often involved battling creatures, collecting items, or even helping NPCs. What if he needed to take action to trigger them in this world? His instincts told him that it was time to venture forward. Lennox decided to follow the mysterious creature as it ducked behind a nearby tree. He moved swiftly, motivated by instinct and excitement. Each step felt like both a leap into the unknown and a nod to the role-playing adventures he had cherished. After a few moments of pursuit, he found himself standing at the glimmering edge of a small pond, shining like 1,000 stars trapped in liquid form. The little creature was now skimming the water's edge, occasionally glancing back at him. "All right," he whispered to himself. "Let's see if I can catch it." He crouched low, mirroring the sly nature of the creature, and began to move with purpose. The creature took a few hops before dipping its paw into the water, startling Lennox into action. He lunged. With a mix of excitement and panic, he miscalculated his leap, landing close enough to startle the creature. The rabbit fox darted away, but not before a glimmer caught his eye. There, bobbing in the water ripples, was a small item, a sparkling blue orb. Not hesitating, Lennox reached into the pond, splashing water as he grabbed the orb. It pulsated with a warm energy in his palm. Instinctively, he held it up to the light. It was a mana crystal. Is this like an item drop? He mused, examining the orb. The feel of it sent shivers through him, an exhilarating sensation akin to scoring a rare find in a perfect game run. He caught a glimpse of some text appearing at the edge of his vision. Mana crystal. A crystal infused with magical energy. Consumed to restore 10 mana or enhance an ability when used in conjunction with an upgrade. Enhance an ability, huh? He grinned, tucked the crystal into his pocket, and felt a boost of confidence wash over him. Before he could continue his exploration, he heard another sound, a low growl from the shadowy woods behind him. His heart plummeting, Lennox spun around only to see a pair of fierce eyes staring back, set against a backdrop of dark fur. A creature resembling a large wolf, much larger than the rabbit fox, emerged from the brush, teeth bared and tail raised. "Oh boy," he whispered, realizing he might have bitten off more than he could chew. The wolf circled him, and Lennox's mind raced. He tried to remember the combat heuristics from his games. Should he fight this beast, or was it smarter to flee? Holding the mana crystal, he needed to make a quick decision. The only semblance of combat he had ever known came from a couch, not facing a tangible threat. "All right, buddy," he called out uncertainly. "Let's not make this any worse." Suddenly, a notification flashed before him, as if summoned by his fear. It materialized in the air like an otherworldly prompt. "Warning, hostile creature approaching." "Great, super helpful," he scoffed, then realized that holding on to fear wouldn't help him. Taking a deep breath, he focused all his attention on the wolf, assessing its movement. Just then, the wolf lunged. The instinct to dodge kicked in, and Lennox scrambled sideways as the creature barreled past him. Adrenaline flooded through him as he gained footing, glancing back at the growling beast. Realizing he had a narrow window, he made a split-second decision. He raised the mana crystal, feeling the energy fuse with his essence, and threw it toward the wolf. It soared through the air and burst against a tree trunk, unleashing a shockwave of bluish light. The wolf paused in confusion, suddenly caught off guard by the display. Lennox seized the opportunity to sprint toward a pile of jagged stones near the edge of the pond. As he snatched a sizable rock, the wolf snarled again, advancing with renewed vigor. "Sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and be your lunch," he shouted, lifting the stone above his head. The critical moment of decision arrived. Would he throw it, or would he try to fight with it? Gathering all the gaming experience he had, he hurled the rock with all his strength, a prayer on his lips. The stone struck the wolf with a satisfying thud, causing it to reel backward, its snarl replaced with a yelp of pain. To his surprise, another notification dinged in the air. "You have dealt damage. 10 experience points." Lennox let out a shout of joy that caught even him off guard, the thrill of victory rushing through him. He had pushed past the fear of failure and acted, just as he had practiced countless times in his mind. As the wolf regained balance, Lennox prepared for a potential second round. But before the creature could retaliate, it hesitated, shifting its weight back and forth. Realizing the beast was backing off, Lennox felt an unexpected twinge of sympathy. "Wait," he called out. "We don't have to fight." But the wolf, now uncertain, turned and dashed back into the cover of the trees, leaving Lennox panting heavily, adrenaline still coursing through his body. As he caught his breath, another flicker of notification danced into view, displaying a new batch of information. "Level up. You are now level 2. "Wow," he gasped. This whole ordeal had not just strengthened his resolve, it had expedited his growth in this peculiar world. The gaming experience took over, and a fresh wave of determination surged through him. With a rush of excitement, Lennox opened his stat window again, and his eyes widened. Lennox level 2, strength 12, agility 12, intelligence 11, vitality, luck 10. "You've got to be kidding me," he said, unable to suppress a wide grin. Already he felt stronger. "I can do this." He imagined the possibilities that lay ahead, what skill points to allocate, which abilities to develop. The creature that had previously terrified him was now merely a stepping stone towards something greater. "Okay, time for a plan," he thought, looking around the serene forest that had become his battleground. He needed to unlock the secrets hidden within the depths of this realm, gain experience, collect resources, and maximize his potential. With determination blooming in his chest, he strode forward, ready to tackle the challenges that lay ahead. His journey had abruptly begun, and each heartbeat thrummed with the thrill of adventure. As he set off deeper into the forest, he felt a spark of something more than just gaming familiarity, a sense of purpose. This world, with its unknown trials and extraordinary possibilities, held promises he was eager to chase. Little did he know, the true test of his resolve was only just beginning, and with each level he gained, the slumbering strength of the upgrade system awaited him, activated by sleep, ready to awaken a god.